Hi everyone, welcome to rachelpichleryoga. My name is Rachel. Today we are doing an upper body yoga for flexibility practice, but we're going to focus on our back. And I am going to request or ask that you have some sort of block or pillow that you can lay on for one of the poses that we're going to do. And of course, if you have nothing to use, that is fine. You can just lay flat for that one. But all you're gonna need is a little bit of space other than your block, and maybe subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And let's get started. So let's begin today on our hands and knees in tabletop, and you can just place your block off to the side. So we'll just warm up the spine a little bit here with some cat and cow movement. So bring your palms to your mat, spread your fingers nice and wide. And as you inhale, start to drop your belly towards your mat. Start to lift your chin, push into your palms, lift the chest. Nice, you guys. Stay for an inhale here. And as you exhale, round your spine nice and slow, pushing into the palms, thinking about tucking your tailbone under and bringing your chin towards your collarbone. Hold it here for a breath. Lovely. With an inhale, start to let the belly fall, lifting the chest, the chin. And an exhale to round the spine. Gently draw your belly button in. Push into those palms. Awesome, you guys. Let's do one more here. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest. And exhale as you round. Thinking about opening up through that upper back and that mid back. Beautiful, you guys. Slowly as you inhale, start to come back to a nice neutral spine. And we're just going to cross our ankles and have a seat. So you can extend your left leg out. We're going to cross our right leg over top. So the knee is going to be nice and high and in towards the chest. You can bend your bottom leg in if you'd like to do so. But I want you to be able to sit nice and tall. So hang on to your knee. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, just start to turn your chest towards that right side or towards your knee. And you can hug that knee a little tighter. That right hand might want to come behind you for some support to help you sit nice and tall. The longer the spine, the better this twist is going to feel all throughout your back. Nice job, you guys. Using an inhale, slowly turn yourself back to face the front. Sit nice and tall, and as you exhale, we're going to take a counter twist. So maybe that left hand is coming behind you. Find that nice long spine and just gently push your other arm into your knee. Turning just as far as your body lets you go. Awesome, you guys. Use an inhale. We're coming back through center, and exhale. We're going one more time on each side, each direction. Awesome, you guys. Take an inhale, lengthen, sit a little taller. Exhale, twist. Inhale. It's going to bring you back to face the front, and exhale for your counter twist. Open that chest. Awesome, you guys. Using an inhale, you can start to face the front again. We're just going to unwind our legs and switch sides. So the right leg will come out. The left leg will be over top. You can bend the bottom leg in. You can keep it out long. Doesn't matter. Take an inhale. Sit nice and tall. And as you exhale, turn to the left side. Hug that knee a little. Maybe bring your hand behind you. Find some length through the spine. And maybe even an added glute stretch if you're lucky. Awesome, you guys. Using an inhale, turn yourself back to face the front. Exhale for your counter twist. Nice job, you guys. Use an inhale. Coming back through center. Sit nice and tall. Exhale, twist. Try to twist until you feel some love through your back. Sitting a little taller with each inhale. Beautiful, you guys. One last time. Inhale to face the front and exhale for the counter twist. Nice. Using an inhale, slowly coming back to face the front. We're just going to cross our ankles and come onto our hands and knees again. So I want you to bring your knees out a little bit wider. Just trying to figure out which way to face. Move my block too. So your knees are going to be a little bit wider than hip width apart. And we're going to get into our shoulder as well as our back here. So we're going to be bringing our left shoulder down towards the mat. So let's just start here by extending the right arm out and sliding the left arm underneath the chest. So you can just drop it down here, resting your head. That left shoulder coming straight down in the middle. If you want to get more of a twist and more into your back with this one, you're going to bring your left shoulder as close to your right knee as you can get it. So drop that shoulder down as close to your knee as you can get it. Rest your head. Let's all keep our hips nice and high. And if you're going for more of a twist in this one, you want to lift that right shoulder up. So instead of reaching your arm up for the ceiling, everyone loves to do that, just bring your fingertips to your mat and start to walk them behind your head to pull that right shoulder back. And just go until your body tells you to stop. Till you feel some love. Awesome, you guys. Using an inhale, I want you to slowly come back up. Nice and slow here. Bring your hands to your mat. Set up a tabletop. You can bring your knees back in a little bit. We're just going to take a little moment here before we switch sides. So maybe rocking the hips side to side slightly or rolling the shoulders around. And then start to bring your knees out a little wider again. And then you can decide if you're just going to go straight down with that right shoulder or if you're going to try to get that twist by bringing your shoulders close to your knee as you can get it. But we're trying to rest our head. Either way, we're trying to rest our head and keep our hips high. And maybe walking those left fingertips behind your head to pull that shoulder back. Awesome job, you guys. Let's use an inhale wherever you're at. Just slowly lift all the way back up. You can start to bring your knees back in a bit, finding your tabletop, taking your hips for a little rock side to side. And then start to bring your knees out nice and wide, and let's take a moment in child's pose so your big toes can touch, knees out nice and wide, and just start to reach your arms forward. Bring your forehead down, soften your shoulders. Nice job, you guys. With an inhale, we're going to start to lift the forehead up and just walk your hands all the way back in. And then we're going to do something similar to that twist that we just did. Standing on our knees, though. So come onto your knees. We're going to send our left leg. Let's do our left leg first. Out nice and long. So try to bring your leg in a nice straight line all through your hips in this standing knee. And then we're going to bring our hands to the floor. Maybe that leg kicking out to the side stops you from going any further than this. You can just get that nice leg stretch. But if you're able to go further, maybe your forearms are coming down. And maybe if you're going to go even further, you're going to bring your right shoulder down as well. And maybe your hands are going to walk over towards your foot or even your calf. And you're going to try to rest that right shoulder and your head down just like we were before. Those of you that want more of a twist, I'll try to grab maybe the outside of your foot. And then same thing, I want you to just walk your fingertips behind your head to pull your left shoulder back. Gazing up towards the ceiling maybe, or the sky, depending on where you are. Nice work, you guys. Feeling this all the way from that right hip through your back, into the shoulder, the arm. And then let's use an inhale to nice and slow start to lift yourself back up. Bring your knee in, tabletop for a moment. You can rock those hips side to side a little bit. We're going to switch sides though, so your right leg can extend out nice and long. Take a second, find that nice alignment all the way from the foot to the hips down to that knee. Nice straight line. Bring your hands down to your mats. Maybe the forearms. Maybe you're dropping that left shoulder this time. Maybe you're grabbing onto your foot or your calf or just going in that direction. And then you can start to walk your fingertips behind your head if you want more of a twist. Awesome, you guys. Let's use an inhale. Gently, gently start to lift back up. And you can slide your knee back in. If you want to just take a seat for a moment on your heels, maybe rock it out a little, do a few shoulder rolls. And then we get to lay on down. So cross those ankles, bring your legs out in front, roll all the way down onto your back, have your block or your cushion or whatever you're going to use later nice and close to you. And then we're just going to start here by hugging the knees in towards the chest. You can hang on to the back of your legs maybe, or your knees or your shins, maybe rocking it out a little bit. This is a great place to stay. The hips, the low back connected to the mat. If you want to start to maybe extend the legs, they might go up towards the ceiling. You might be able to slide your hands up your legs to encourage your legs towards the top of your mat or towards the floor above your head. You don't have to go crazy far. Just lifting the hips a bit. It also feels nice to bring the hands to the low back for some supports. Plow pose. And if you happen to have your toes touching the floor behind your head, you can even bend your knees and bring your knees beside your ears. The ear pressure pose. Nice job, you guys. If your hips are lifted any amount, just slowly start to think about bringing them back down towards the mat. And plow pose is a really awesome neck stretch that just opens up the upper back. I find it goes all the way down the spine to the low back. If your feet are still up in the air, start to bring them back down. You can do a little rock side to side. Just kind of windshield wiper the knees back and forth, massaging the low back. And we're going to do one last twist. So reach your arms out wide. Let your knees fall over to the left side. You can stack your knees. You can cross your legs. Whatever feels best. But just keeping that right shoulder down. Nice and heavy. Awesome, you guys. Using an inhale, let's start to bring the knees back up. Low back to the mat. Arms reaching back out, and we're going to switch sides so your knees can come over to the right. And keeping that left shoulder down this time. Awesome, we're using an inhale. Let's lift our knees back up. Feet to the floor, low back, maybe windshield wiper the legs a little bit. Give that low back a nice little massage. And then last but not least, Supta Baddha Konasana. So if you don't have anything to lay on, you can just bring the soles of your feet together, your knees out wide, and a nice long spine on the ground. And if you do have a block or something that maybe has a few different heights to work with, you can decide how high you want your chest lifted off of the mat. And if you have a pillow, your head probably will also rest on it. And if you're using a block like I am, you might want a pillow for your head, or you might like the stretch that the front of the neck gets as the head falls back. So I'm going to bring my block to the high side. And it's going to go under our chest, so kind of the upper back. And the harder the object, the better, because it's like little, almost like little elbows digging into your back. It feels like a massage. So you're just going to lay on down. And if you haven't done this before, it kind of is uncomfortable. And sometimes ponytails gets in the way of the head falling back comfortably. But yeah, it's just lifting the chest, the block, or the pillow. Letting the shoulders be heavy. And I want your hips touching something, and I want your head touching something. Only the spine and the chest are lifted. And you can reach your arms out wide, flip your palms to face up. And then just take a few breaths. Awesome. Tell you guys, if you are laying on something, and start to bring your knees back together. We're going to come up a little bit just to take that block or pillow out from under us. And you can come all the way back down so you're laying flat on your back again. Maybe doing a little rock side to side. You could even put your knees into your chest. Just bringing the spine back into a nice straight line. And eventually the feet are going to come back to the floor. And I just want you to bring your hands behind your head. And if your head was hanging back in that one, stretching the front of the neck, feel good to bring the chin towards the collarbone, lengthening the back of the neck. And you can start to send your legs out nice and long. And gently placing your head all the way back down. Setting up for Shavasana. Just allow yourself to stay here for a few moments. For as long as you have time for today. Thank you so much for joining me, and until next time, namaste.